All right, so it's March the 6th. It's not March the 9th. It's March the 6th of 2019. Um, so I had a strange experience. It's about 3 a.m. Now. So it was really yesterday that I had this experience. It all started 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I ended up in this store. I was walking around. It was like a shopping center. I looked to the right and I saw these tall, 5 foot, maybe 6 feet tall bamboo plants. And I decided, I was like, wow, I'd really like some bamboo that tall. I hadn't seen them that size anywhere else. So I went to go look. They were right at the door of the store, separated from everything else. So I went to go inside and I looked at the bamboo. And I was standing there looking around and no one, it was like nobody was in the store. Nobody came out. So I was just thinking, like, that's strange. I was like, I mean, the store's open. So I walked a little further into the store. And the further I walked, I saw all of these statues like elephants, cows. Uh, it was an Indian store. I realized it was an Indian store and it had all these, I don't know if they're Hindu or what, but all their Hindu idols. So a man came out in a turban, an Indian man, and he said to me, everything is 50% off today. So as I looked around and I saw all the statues and all the idols, I had decided, I was like, you know what? I don't even want anything out of here. I'm not taking anything home from this place. I didn't say it, but I thought, I said, you know what? Thank you, but it's okay. No, thank you. I turned around and I walked out. It's about 2 weeks ago. So today, for whatever reason, I found myself in this same area. So I was walking past and I decided, well, let me just go check on the bamboo. It couldn't be that bad, right? Because I like houseplants and I haven't seen any bamboo this big anywhere else. So I go inside. I go inside and I look in the bamboo. There's some other plants there. And some plants called money trees there. I really like them too as well. I never seen those plants before. And once again, it was like nobody was in the store. So I walked towards the back. And it took even longer for the guy to come out, but he comes out. And he's like, hey, he says so and so, so and so. So I asked him, well, how much is this bamboo? He's like, $10 a stock. I was like, $10? I'm not paying $10 for a piece of bamboo. I mean, come on. I was like, oh, okay, well. So then he's like, but I'll give you 5 for $30. Then I was like, man, I can get these 5 big pieces of bamboo for like $6 each. Now it was worth that. So I was like, where else am I gonna find this type of bamboo that's this size for so cheap? And then I was like, it can't be that bad, right? So I decided to buy the bamboo. I bought the bamboo. I mean, literally, I was almost out of this entire area. And at the last second, I went up here and bought this bamboo. I bought the bamboo. The guy wrapped it up. I put it in my car. And I felt like my throat was getting dry. I was going to sneeze or something. I was like, what's that? Like, the bamboo doesn't have any pollen that I know of. So anyway, I rolled the window down and I kept on moving. So, I'm trying to make this quick. It's probably not going to be that quick though. So anyway, we went on about our business, and I ended up going home. I went home. I put the bamboo in some water, and I set it in the corner. And I decided, I would, put it together tomorrow, put it in a good pot or whatever. So I ate, and I was kind of tired, so I decided to go to sleep. All right. So this is where things got a little strange. I went to sleep, and when I woke up, I was in this house. My brother was there. an Israelite that's on YouTube was there. I'm not gonna say his name right now, but he does a lot of gardening and houseplants too. And there was someone else there. It was four people. It was four of us. I was there, and this fourth guy. I don't remember who the fourth guy was now, but we were in this house talking. You know, it was normal, and all of a sudden, the foundations of the earth started shaking. So, like I'm not kidding. Like you could see, it's almost like the roof was torn off the house, and you could see stars beginning to fall. They were removed from their place, and it was like someone was throwing the stars out of the sky onto the earth. And there was like, it was explosions. It was as if the night sky was turning into dust, and it was just falling down around us. Like, so that there was this black dust that I took it in the dream. I knew it was the sky that it was just coming down, and like black dust, all these stars had fallen to the earth. The whole entire earth had begun to shake. It was just shaking and trembling, and the earth itself turned upside down, literally. Like it turned upside down. It was kind of like if you had a snow globe and you just picked it up and shook it and turned it this way and that way. That's what happened to the whole earth. Everything in the house was all over the place. Like I knew the entire earth was quaking. And something in the dream told me that it was the return of the ancient one. Or, Yeshua. It was the return of Yeshua. I knew it was the return of him. He had returned. I did not see him. But just with everything, all the chaos that went on, I knew it was the day of him. So suddenly, it was like, I can't even explain it. It was so much chaos that was going on. Like literally the stars were falling, the sky was falling, the ground had collapsed. Everything had just fallen. It was like the earth had no order or structure anymore. It was like the earth itself was afraid of the one that had come. So the earth itself was trying to hide or something from the one that had come. Now again, I did not see, sorry, I'm all over there. I didn't see the one that came. Now this is where things got strange. Suddenly, that was all over. Everything stopped. The earth was right side up again. The house was right side up again. Like we were tumbling around in this house. I'm just trying to explain clearly. The earth was turned around. We were tumbling around in this house like marbles in a bag or something. Like it was nothing. We were all nothing. So anyway, the earth was set right side up again. The sun came out again. Things were almost normal again, and we were so glad just to be alive. So I had this card in my hand. Me and this other Israelite that was a YouTuber. Something else happened, but I can't remember what it was. But we were both told that we had been saved, we had been spared, and we had been chosen. And we were given these cards, like business cards, and they had like little balls or little circles on them showing that we had been selected. But the ball was kind of like a seed that showed that we had been, I don't know why I keep turning this phone. The ball was kind of like a seed that showed that we had been selected to go to the kingdom with the Elohim, right? So we were really excited. Like it was like just amazing. Like we made it through everything, all this trouble, all the turmoil, all the everything. So then this was me and this guy from YouTube. Then I went downstairs to find my brother. He was in the basement, and he was leaning his head against a light bulb. And he told me he wasn't chosen. And I was like, wow. And the other guy, I don't remember what happened to him, but I don't think he was chosen either to go into the kingdom. And I remember it just really dawned on me. I was like, my brother's not going to make it. And it was a strange experience. But I can't even really explain to you what I'm trying to say. When all the fire and everything was going on, all these stars, like it was just, I never had an experience like this before. So when I woke up, I started praising the Elohim for showing me what he had shown me and for choosing me. Then I realized something. I hadn't had a dream quite like this one before. And I looked over into the corner and I saw that bamboo. And it started to bother me. And I felt like I have no business with this in my house. I had come to myself and convinced myself in the store that, these are just plants I'm buying. I mean, what can he do? You know what I'm saying? It's just plants. So I had prayed over the plants on the way home to cleanse them of anything that he had done, because he was in the back burning incense. And every time I come into that store, this man is in the back doing something. He's never at the counter. I don't know if he's praying to any of those gods. I don't know if he has put something on those spirits, because I know a lot of people that sell idols and statues pray over them and make donations or sacrifices to them, and they like to try to give them to people so they'll spread them and put them in their homes. So I got up, it was about 12:30 in the morning or something like that this morning. I sat there and I thought and I thought and I thought. I decided to try to do some research on these Hindu religions, but I didn't come up with anything of great value. So what I did was, on the last Shabbat, I was reading a story about a man, or maybe I was listening to it. It was a story about this man, and his father was like a wicked man. He was serving all these idols. He had a room full of idols, and he had sent this man off to go live. I think he was living with Noah. I could be wrong, or Moses, but the man had came back, and he broke all his father's idols, and the father had said he went and told the king. Well, first of all, they tried to kill this man when he was a baby, but they scammed the king and sent the man off to live elsewhere. So anyway, the father of the man that broke all the idols told the king that he told the king some lie on his son, even though he had actually done it. He told the king a lie on both of his sons. And so the king had put this wicked man's older son and his younger son in this like fiery furnace. And the older man that had been with like Noah or Moses, he had prayed a lot and he never got burned. He was in the furnace for like 3 days or something like that. And they got scared of him because he never did get burned. But the older brother did get burned. He burned immediately. So they eventually took him out, and they gave him all these gifts and everything. I don't remember his name. But that being said to say, when I remembered I read that story the other week, I got up, I got that bamboo, I took it out of this house, I broke it to bits, and I threw it in the trash. I took it across the street and broke it to bits and threw it in the trash can. And now I've learned the lesson. These are the nations. This is not me trying to be rude. This is me being realistic. These are the nations. You don't know what they're up to, what they've got going on. I'm not sure if this dream was from the Most High. I think it was, but I know the way that things happen in that dream, that's not the way they usually happen in the dreams that I have. So I don't know if that stuff influenced it, but I'm going to make some more videos when I find out more information. But I'm just letting you all know I took that nonsense up out of here immediately. I broke it 4 or 5 times and threw it in the trash. So no one else is going to be using it. If I had a fire pit, I would have burned it. But anyway, if you guys have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments down below. Oh yes, and the young lady contacted me the other day. Thank you for checking in on me. Everything is fine. You know how you just be... things just be going on, Everything is good, though. I'm glad you hit me up. I appreciate you checking in on me, and thank you guys for being who you are and watching these videos. And if you have any questions, just let me know.